Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of In Silence. Today, I want to talk to you about surrender, specifically the power of surrender and the importance of surrendering. See, there's a confusion, a misunderstanding about surrender. Usually we think surrender means giving up on things. But that's not what true surrender is. True surrender is completely surrendering your will to the will of God. Surrendering to the present moment, allowing the present moment to be as it is, not resisting. The more we surrender, the happier we will be. See, the ego will love to tell you that if I don't surrender, I won't get what I want. I have to fear these things. I have to worry about these things. I have to be anxious. I have to desire, and I have to go out and work harder and put in more effort. I can't be a failure. I need to succeed. I need to achieve. That's the state of the ego. It's always fearful. But you have the power to surrender. And surrendering will give you power over your mind. See, when you surrender, you'll feel at peace. You won't feel like you need to accomplish something more than yourself. Achieve something that is beyond you. You will be at one with life, at one with the present moment, at one with God. And then you can let the intelligence of life, the intelligence of the Supreme Being work through you. As you surrender, you allow that intelligence to be present in your life. And that's what we need. Don't be fooled by the ego when it tells you, I need to worry more, I need to fear more, I need to be anxious, stressed, I need to accomplish something more than myself, I need to succeed, or I can't be a failure, I'm a failure. All of these things are just imaginary. When you surrender, you'll be at peace. You no longer feel the need to fear anything or achieve something that is beyond yourself. You will be so empowered by peace. And really what everybody's longing for is absolute peace and pure joy. The pure joy that comes from surrendering is beyond comparison to that which the world can give. What you're looking for is the peace of your true self, the joy of your true self, the love, the bliss. And you can achieve that when you surrender. So what does it mean to surrender? Do I just sit down and be quiet? Basically, yeah. Stop thinking. Stop desiring. Stop fearing. Just allow what is to be. Allow yourself to be as you are. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge others. Don't judge life and the events that happen. Simply surrender and allow what is to be. And you can't just do that for a moment and expect your whole life to change, or you can't just do that for a moment and then expect to have great peace and joy. If you do that for a moment, you'll have great peace and joy just for a moment. But the question is, can you sustain that? And you can. You can do that with your will. Surrender always, at all times. Surrender constantly, consistently. As you do that, the more you do that, the better you get at it, the more peace you will experience, and the more joy, pure joy, you can experience. And this peace, this love, this joy that you'll experience through surrender is so great. It cannot be contained. You'll feel so overwhelmed by it. And this is what I want for you, to experience this ecstasy, this happiness that is beyond what the world and its things can give. If you look closely, all that you want is to be happy, but you try to be happy through many different ways. You struggle and suffer in the world. You work hard at things to achieve something that is beyond yourself. You want people to perceive you in a certain way. You want your image to be sustained. You want to be successful, acquire material things. You want to have a romantic relationship. Friends, family, there's nothing wrong with these things. But these things are not the source of happiness. If you depend on them as the source of your happiness, you'll always be miserable. You'll always be competing for more. You'll always live in strife. You'll feel restless at all times. You won't feel calm, composed, centered, at peace, happy. See, the happiness that I talk about, it doesn't come from this world. The ego would love to tell you that you need things in the world to make you happy, because that's how the ego survives in you. It needs confirmation of its identity through whatever. Your job title, your career, your roles in the world, your functions in relationships, and so on. It needs people to confirm its identity, to confirm its existence, because it's so fragile. It's so it's so frail as well. It cannot exist on its own. You give it power to exist. You believe in it. You give it energy with your attention and your belief, your faith in it. When it tells you you need to succeed in the world, you need to be viewed as successful in the eyes of the world, you believe in it, and then you go out and struggle and work hard and suffer just so you can be seen as successful in the eyes of the world. Or so that you feel valued and you feel worthy enough. So you feel a sense of approval. But none of that will give you true happiness. None of that will give you peace. Instead of pursuing those things to get happiness from the world, surrender. Learn how to surrender. Just relax and release, let go at all times. Get better at doing this. If you do that, I guarantee, if you do that in the right way, you'll find happiness, you'll find peace, you'll be complete. You won't need the world and all of its false promises that it gives and all that it offers you. You may still have these things and whatever, but you're not dependent on things, on people, on events, on relationships, on money, on success. You're not dependent on these things to be happy anymore. But so long as you don't surrender, so long as you don't learn how to consistently surrender, then you will be dependent on worldly things, people, events, situations, to make you happy. And that's an impossible job. You shouldn't expect the world to make you happy. That's an impossible job. The world is not there to make you happy. The world is there to be enjoyed, of course, to be enjoy that most, but you can enjoy it more when you surrender. When you're not dependent on worldly things to make you happy. So if you're you don't know what to do about surrendering, what do I do? Do I just sit, be quiet? Basically, quiet your mind. All you need for happiness is a quiet mind. Let go of your egoic drive to want more. Just be still, be calm, let go. Whenever you feel like your thoughts are racing, just be the observer of your mind. Don't judge it, don't follow it, don't give it the time of day. Just be quiet, be still. Surrender. You can do that a couple of times a day. Start first by doing it, for example, for 1 minute every hour, maybe 5 minutes every hour, push it up to 10 minutes. Maybe you want to meditate, but the goal is to be able to sustain a surrendered state at all times. Doesn't mean you don't have a will and you don't do things in the world. You do everything that you do, but from a state of consciousness, from a state of conscious surrender, from a state of awareness. The more you surrender, you will have great wisdom and joy that cannot be contained. Alright, that's all I have to share with you today. I'm wishing you great joy, great peace, contentment in life, and freedom. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time.